I've been in the counseling game for decades, and if there's one topic that gets folks leaning forward, eyes wide, it's what happens after the lights go down and the fireworks fade. Forget the five-star restaurants or the lavish gifts. The real magic, the secret sauce of a thriving relationship, is unlocked in the quiet, vulnerable space right after intimacy. We call it pillow talk. But for women, it's less about chatting and more about a deeply felt need for connection. What exactly do they crave in those tender moments? Well, buckle up, because the answer is more profound than you might think. The anatomy of post-coital bliss. Let's get scientific for a minute, because biology plays a major role in this intimate dance. After you've just shared one of the most physically binding experiences two people can have, your bodies are flooded with hormones. Most importantly, we're talking about oxytocin, often dubbed the love hormone, or the cuddle chemical. This surge of oxytocin dramatically increases feelings of closeness and bonding for both partners. It's why post-sex time is scientifically proven to be an ideal moment to extend intimacy and closeness. This window of elevated feeling is a precious period for building intimacy and strengthening your connection, essentially acting as a powerful tool to bridge physical sex and emotional love. For women, this post-intimacy phase is particularly sensitive. While a man might naturally feel relaxed and perhaps even drift quickly into a deep sleep, thanks to the release of endorphins, serotonin, and prolactin, a woman often finds herself feeling quite vulnerable and exposed. She needs to feel protected, sheltered, and connected. If you roll over and start snoring right away, it can be interpreted, rightly or wrongly, as disrespect or merely seeking personal gratification, leaving her feeling hurt and isolated. The importance of this seemingly small window cannot be overstated. As far back as the late 1970s, psychologists James Halpern and Mark Sherman recognized the value of afterplay, arguing that communication and cuddling after sex should be considered a fundamental part of the physical relationship. In fact, actions like hugging and kissing post-intercourse are specifically linked to higher sexual satisfaction for both men and women, especially for the ladies. The true topics of the tête-à-tête. So, if pillow talk isn't about solving world hunger or planning next week's errands, what should you be discussing? The essence of post-sex conversation is about maintaining that emotional and physical closeness while your defenses are down, helping you feel even more understood and secure. Rerunning the love story. There's nothing sweeter than visiting memory lane in that cozy bubble after intimacy. Women love revisiting your origin story. Talk about how you first met, what your first impressions of each other were, and what feelings you had back then. This kind of reminiscing doesn't just fill the silence. It rekindles the initial spark and reinforces why you chose each other in the first place. It makes you feel more romantic toward one another, and frankly, who doesn't want that? 2. Praising the partner, inside and out. This might sound simple, but honest. Specific compliments are pure gold in pillow talk. Women want to be told they look nice, and they appreciate a man who notices without prompting. If she's looking particularly attractive, if she got a new haircut, or if she seems fitter, let her know. And yes, you absolutely should bring up what you enjoyed about the sexual experience you just shared. Complimenting her effort and her active participation makes her feel appreciated and valued. Keep the conversation positive and light. You might say, "I really appreciated your thoughtfulness, creativity tonight," or, "You were absolutely amazing in that moment." This is also the perfect time to gently inquire about her desires. What can I do next time to make it even better for you? When you understand each other's preferences better, the next sexual encounter is guaranteed to be hotter. The future is female and shared. Post-intimacy. Women are often ready to dive into deeper conversations because the moment feels safe and quiet, a respite from the busy rhythm of life. This is the moment to talk about those big, deep subjects, dreams, long-term plans, and the future of the relationship. Sharing dreams, whether they are simple life goals or complex 10-year plans, is like giving your partner a secret peek into your heart. You can discuss what sort of future you envision together. Since sex is such a profound, intimate signal, discussing the relationship's trajectory right afterward helps lay the foundation for a thriving and lasting connection. When both partners are relaxed and trusting, negotiating big questions about the future feels less like a confrontation and more like a shared vision. Sharing passions and quirks. Pillow talk is a chance to know the whole person, not just the romantic lead. What causes are close to her heart? Maybe she is passionate about helping sick children or preventing animal mistreatment. Sharing these personal values reveals the things that mean the most to her, deepening your emotional connection. You can also talk about fun, shared interests, and activities you want to do together. Maybe it's planning the next date or visualizing that long overdue vacation. Simply talking about positive things, your personal triumphs, the silver lining in a dark cloud, or moments that brought you joy that day, can make your overall life together feel more optimistic and exciting. Remember, if you have fun conversations during pillow talk, your relationship will feel happier and more optimistic. The essential post-intimacy protocol. Actions speak louder. Pillow talk isn't limited to verbal conversation. The nonverbal cues are often what women truly register in this vulnerable state. The cuddle requirement. This is not optional. Hugging and physical intimacy immediately following sex is crucial. If you typically roll away or jump out of bed, change that behavior immediately. Instead, hold her tightly. Cuddle up, run your hand through her hair, or simply lie there for a few minutes, soaking in the satisfied feeling. Physical closeness after sex signals that you are there for her, not just for the pleasure you received. The power of presence. Put the phone down. Seriously, nothing breaks the post-sex spell faster than grabbing your device. She doesn't want to see you glued to your screen after such an intimate period. Turn off the ringer beforehand and make sure she has your full attention until that quiet moment has passed. Many women prefer FaceTime, real FaceTime, meaning they want you to make eye contact while talking, and even during the act of sex itself, as this deepens the emotional relationship outside the bedroom. The don't fix it rule. When a woman shares something bothering her, she wants your compassionate ear, not your engineering skills. Men are often solution-oriented, feeling the urge to fix problems. But to a woman, truly listening, without offering unsolicited advice, is a profound act of love and relationship deepening. If she tells you about a frustrating coworker, she wants to hear you say, "I'm sorry that work was such a drag for you today," not, "Here are 3 ways you can solve that problem." Nodding isn't enough. She needs an active, empathetic response. Stay connected. Literally, if you're worried about falling asleep too fast, a common male experience due to hormonal shifts, try to set the goal of falling asleep after her. If you're truly exhausted, simply sitting up or talking for a few minutes before sinking into slumber is better than instantly passing out. Once you are ready to get up, consider taking a shower together. A shared warm shower is a fantastic way to extend the moment and stay physically and emotionally close. If that's too much, even small gestures like holding hands, giving a relaxing massage, or simply resting your head on her thigh can create a massive difference in her feelings of safety and security. The therapist trap. What not to share. Now, here is a critical line that every healthy couple must respect. Your romantic partner is not your professional therapist. While pillow talk is the perfect safe space for sharing vulnerabilities and innermost thoughts, there is a fine, thin line between healthy disclosure and burdening the relationship with excessive caretaking. Sharing emotions about a bad workday is one thing. Asking your partner to unpack your entire life's story to help you heal, or making them responsible for processing deep, systemic childhood trauma is quite another. If your relationship starts to feel one-sided, where one person is constantly receiving emotional support while the other is giving, you risk crossing into codependency. In a codependent relationship, the giving partner may start to feel unseen, like a caregiver rather than an equal partner. This is when frustration and deep resentment begin to simmer. If your issue is profound and requires navigating trauma or deep-seated anxiety, such as those stemming from anxious, avoidant, or disorganized attachment styles, it's time to seek professional support. A licensed therapist has the training and objectivity to guide healing. Your partner, no matter how wonderful, cannot be impartial and is not ethically equipped to treat deep psychological wounds. If you find yourself needing to vent constantly, resulting in the relationship being filled with negative emotions, that's a clear signal you need outside help. Instead, focus on making shared emotional experiences constructive. Discuss why something is triggering, what you can do to manage the stressor, and how your partner can best support you, without offering solutions. If you are unsure whether you are oversharing, Chandel Heather Gray, a licensed mental health counselor, advises practicing metacommunication, setting expectations before diving in. Ask, "I had an absolutely awful day. Is it okay if I share more about it now, or should we talk about it later when you're ready to be fully present?" This practice protects both partners' emotional capacities. In the end, women desire something deceptively simple from pillow talk: security, appreciation, and sustained intimacy. They want to feel loved not just for their body, but for the entire world they share with you. The post-sex moment, bathed in the warmth of oxytocin, is their golden ticket to establishing a deep, thriving emotional bond. By prioritizing physical connection, offering genuine compliments, and talking constructively about your shared world, while respecting the boundaries of psychological healing, you ensure that the emotional closeness lasts far longer than the physical act itself. Your partner is meant to be a marvelous, beautiful part of your world, not the entire support system. Protect that dynamic, and you protect your love.